Have you ever had a situationship? What was it like? Ooh.
Guys, I have had this situation.
You have.
Yeah. What was it like? It was not cute. It was not fun. I actually was in a situationship for such a long time. I'm so embarrassed to even tell you how long that situationship was. But like he just wasn't ready. You know, he wasn't ready to take that next step of like being boyfriend and girlfriend, and that's something that like I value. Like I like someone who's like ready to like make it known. You know what I mean? Like I was with this. I'm just gonna say like I was with him for like over a year. It was more than It was a long time, and he was just not ready to like move forward. And I just like was in that cycle for a long time till I like mentally snapped out of it and was like, wait, this is so long. So it was not my best experience, but like ultimately it was like an experience. You know what I mean? Like I learned a lot of stuff. Like I learned about like what I like, what I value in a relationship, like more about myself. It was also like a really long distance to like I know it was rough. It was a long time. It was long distance. You know, I had to like really do a lot of like self
Healing?
not even healing. Like I feel like I had never been in a relationship that long distance. So like I had to really like actually period I hadn't been single for like a long time. Like that situationship I got into it like right after getting out of a relationship.
Yeah.
So I like kind of like was such a oh my god relationship, like doing stuff with my boyfriend, but like I kind of developed like how to like really do stuff with myself. And so when I left that space, like I had already like loved myself enough to like not really care about like, you know, the breakup that much. Like I still was doing my own thing. I had like friends at UT already, like so it was.
That's real, yeah. I mean, why do you think my bad. Since this is a podcast about like friendship boundaries.
Yeah.
Right. Why do you think it was a situationship? Like what kind of like boundaries were like either not being respected or were not being set? You know what I mean?
I think I'm gonna be completely honest. The way we started off, we didn't start off as friends. Like we started off just like messing around. I'm gonna say the least. You know what I mean? Like, and so I feel like now that I'm like over him, if I was going to like pick a partner from a friendship, he would not have been my type, because from the get-go, like he told me what it was. Like he told me like he was just trying to mess around. I caught feelings for him, and that's kind of how we started the whole thing. But it's like, you know, from the get-go, like when you guys are like not on the same page, it's like just a matter of time before it doesn't work out. You know what I mean? It's like that was like one boundary. Two, like I knew like if he wasn't serious, like he was not ready to settle down. I was ready to settle down, so I shouldn't have like settled with what he like, you know what I mean? Like I think in a relationship it's important that no one is settling, like both of y'all are like on the same page, because then like one person is just gonna feel like you're not respecting them enough, meanwhile one person is like, I already told you what it was. So it's kind of like what it was for me. It's like obviously I wanted to be in a relationship, he was ready to just like play around. There's some certain things like in terms of like even like how would the relationship be perceived, like he was more private. I'm not like a private person, like I'm an influencer, so like I want to be like shown off. I want to show you off, but I also have a thing where it's like if you don't show me off, I won't show you off. So he was not showing me off and I was not showing him off, but like I was forcing myself, you know what I mean? Like I was forcing myself to not show him off because he wasn't showing me off. And like I just think like that also kind of changed how I see things. Is like I don't want to be with someone who's like, we need to be on the same page, like in terms of like, are we posting each other, like what's even like, even being long distance, like do we have that trust, do we have so many things we're just not on the same page on. Like I just not like I'm over it, I'm like I kind of.
Do you feel like there was maybe a boundary with yourself that you weren't respecting, like, or that you hadn't set yet, and maybe that you discovered along the way?
I think it was like standards. Like I didn't realize how much I was settling till I was like in, like prior to getting in that relationship, I had told myself like these are my standards, and like any man who does not respect them, like I'm not gonna be with the person. But like when I liked him, like I started like letting my guard down. I started like lowering my standards, because I was like, okay, he's not gonna do this, and I'm all the way up here. Like now I have to meet him down here. So it's like a lot of like respect for myself. Like I should have stood on what I like wanted. In terms of like other boundaries too, I will say like I think it was like pretty respectful any other way. Like in terms of like, you know, every other thing. I think it was just that initial like that initial, you know, like
Yeah.
like he doesn't want this, but I want this, and I have to like not want it because he doesn't want it.